Negativity stays at the door.
Yeah. No negativity here.
No negativity.
All right.
Negative free zone, guys.
Hold up.
It's negative free zone. No. Yeah. So we were talking about just how to stay positive, and then keep negative away from you. And I think for us, we were talking about it right now, and it's how do you keep negative people away, but stay positive in certain situations. And I think Claudia had the best one. I think you were talking about it's about faith for you. As far as,
Yeah, it's not even about religion. It's about faith for me. I always go to God for anything. I talk to him like I would with anyone, obviously with a lot more respect, but it makes me feel good right after. I feel like I released all the negativity, the tension, anxiety, and then I just feel like this peace over me. So prayer for me is the way to go.
Tony?
That should be like a tattoo. Prayer for me is the way to go. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. I mean, I think that would
We should put it on a shirt.
That would do well, right? We should trademark that. For me, it's just hanging around positive people. I don't like to have affiliation with a Debbie Downer, negative person, always like poor me, or I didn't grow up like this, or I never got anything, or always talking crap about the political parties that are happening. Like, oh, dude, I'm not trying to hear that shit. That's just me. That's outside of work. Even in work, hey, at times, yeah, you got to work with certain individuals in that department, keep those conversations short. But, I kind of gravitate or like to associate with those individuals that have goals or higher expectations, that want to like take their career to a higher level, because I want that as well, right? So I feel like whenever you rub or hang out around good people, or, some of those traits, rub off on you. So that's what I do. That's how I, who I am. So
I'm the same way too. Like, I can relate a lot to Tony with, I want to hang out with people that are doing better than me. You know what I mean? They say, especially when it comes to like knowledge and stuff, when they say that saying, they say, you're in the wrong room. You're in the wrong room when you're the smartest person in the room.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that.
And so, you want to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation with people that have more knowledge, because that's like Tony said, that energy, that knowledge that you hear, the conversations is like the positivity of everybody bringing up people like, hey, what knowledge do I have to help you in whatever you're doing, and that's where I like to be too, and not have the negative Nancy's or somebody where you express something that you're a thought, and then they come back with a negativity, or like, oh, don't worry, you shouldn't be, it's like, okay, never mind. Like, that's my cue to bounce, or,
yeah. I like that strategy that both of you guys have.
But my problem is I try to look at the best things out of people. And I think that's where I kind of get myself caught up sometimes, because I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do it, and then I finally realize, like, all right, no, this is not good for me, or this is just not where I want a person I want to associate with. But sometimes my problem is how do I let go of people like that, like slowly but surely, without me looking like a rude person, or or a-hole, or whatever you want to call it. Because sometimes I like to be honest. I don't like to. I don't want to say sugarcoat anything, but sometimes I say things without thinking, and I may come off in the wrong way. And like, that's why my friend circle is so small, because for that reason, I see a lot of negative traits in people. That's where I don't want to hang around. So when you have, like, when we're younger, you have like this badass group of friends that go out, party, do all this stuff, and then you realize some people stay there. You're like, all right, guys, we're in our 30s now or whatever, and you're doing the same thing from then, and you're not going anywhere. And that's when I started to realize, like, yeah, this is not where I want to be, because I want to be more successful. I want to have something for my kids, and that you need a lot of change in that. You can't be doing the same thing. Like somebody said, the dumbest thing to do is to consistently do the same thing and expect change.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it's the definition of insanity.
Like people that get stuck in the way? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually just block people from my life that are just plain out negative, that are jealous people, people that don't bring anything good to the table in terms of like uplifting others. Those are the type of people I don't surround myself with. But if someone's just comfortable living a certain life, I can still be friends with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying no like that, but like, I guess there's certain friends that bring something, like you said, because you could have a friend that, like you said, is a very non-materialistic person that doesn't care for like all these designer things, and they just want to live a simple life, but they're positive people.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying with that.
Too. Yeah.
But then you have people that do that, and then they just want to be negative because, like how Tony said, it's like they always have an excuse for my past, or I grew up this way.
Like
I grew
a
up,
victim mentality.
Like, and it's like a pity party, and it's like really like, and then sometimes they go back to the same thing. Oh,
it's like a broken record.
Yeah, and it's like that's where like no, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
You know?
I've met people like that before. Even with family, like I try to keep to myself when I know that I'm like surrounded by family members that are always like gossiping. I do not like to gossip about other people.
Do you feel like family gossip more because they feel like since you're family, like you're not gonna hate them? I sometimes feel like some family can be rude because they think like like I don't think you'll be rude to a stranger, but you're gonna be rude to me, like and I feel because I'm just your cousin or you're my uncle or you're my aunt or whatever the case may be. I feel like they feel like they have more freedom to express themselves, and there's no consequences behind it.
Right.
As opposed to like you're not going to do that to a stranger because you don't know that person. You don't know the reaction you're going to get. And and that's kind of like I feel like you said, some family members, like I don't hang around with a lot of my family for the fact that they always try to do better than somebody else. Like
so your family is like more about competition.
Yeah.
Like that's
but
that's
why?
Competitive.
Yeah. Instead of saying, it's great, man. How could I help you? Or how could I support you? If, like if I was to start a coffee business or just anything, like I don't think I would expect them to try to, hey, you need help painting your wall or something or whatever. I don't think they would, if anything, they'll be like, help. Yeah, if anything, they'll be like, well, I hope you make it, or and it's like,
good luck.
Yeah. Or or just say something negative or try to put their 2 cents in. It's like, if you're not gonna be here to help me out, then you can please refrain from.
and that's very common too in Latin America, gossiping. Like drinking coffee, sitting around with family members and just talking about people and then exaggerating truths or making up stories about individuals like within the family or not even within the family, just people in general. I don't find anything appealing about that. I don't feel comfortable around people like that. So even if it's family, I still love them, but I'll keep my distance.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to hate them, but.
Yeah, there's no hate.
Yeah. But.
I always wish my family members the best at whatever they plan on doing in life.
Yeah.
Wish them the best of health or everything. But like if we're not, how do I say this? Like I got ambitions, and
I don't got time for that.
Yeah. If you're trying to go party or do all kinds of like I'm like trying to be a horse with with the little things and just look
blinders
with the blinders and just go forward. You want to help me out? Help me out. Cool. Thanks. I appreciate 100%. And if I can help you out, I'll do the same thing.
So how do you like identify negative people? Because like for me, like I don't surround myself with jealous people because they hold some sort of like resentment towards people that have something that they want. And I don't surround myself with people that just make up stories like about other people, that gossip basically. Do you guys identify like specific negative people and like stay away from them? Like what would you consider negative in general?
I think for me, it would be characteristics as far as like people talking about people that are not in the room.
So gossiping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then that just shows character. Like you're talking about somebody and they're not in the room, but if they were in the room, you wouldn't say that. So, you know what I mean? Kind of like some people are like two-faced. Kind of saying, I don't like that. If you can say it in front of them or not, then that's a different story. You know what I mean? And that goes for me. I have a friend of mine, and I don't talk to him a lot, but when I do talk to him, he gives me true criticism, even if I don't like it. That I identify as a good friend. Maybe not somebody I hang around all the time, but I know if I need something to like lift me up or like I have a problem where I can go to that person and I can guarantee you he'll give me the God honest truth. And he'd be like, I'm sorry if it hurt you, but you're not doing this right. You could do this better. You could do that better. You could do all. And I know where he comes from. He comes from a good. That's how I identify a good person. I just don't hang out with that person because we have different lives. You know, we all have things.
But that's constructive criticism.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't like criticism that has like malice towards it. Like let's say if you're, I don't know, proud of something that you accomplished. I don't like people that are just criticizing just to criticize. I do not like people like that. But if they're giving you good advice, that's different.
Yeah.
So like, and the reason why I ask this is, you know, just because like you might think something's negative, but to other people it might be normal.
Right.
Right. So do you guys ever like stop and think, is this person really coming from like a bad place, or is that just who they are? Because there's people that don't know how to like socialize, and they might come off like very rude, but they don't mean to be rude.
Yeah, they have good intentions. That's just how they are as a person.
I've met people like that, and I will keep those people around me because I know they're not bad people. They just don't know how to like communicate properly.
I find myself in situations where I'm very adaptable to like the environment itself, even at work, where there are certain individuals, like for example, in this recent transition over to this new department that I work in, you know, there's probably like 2-3, they consider them like bad apples, like negative Nancy's or whatever. But, you know, as I talk to them, because I want to give everybody an opportunity to, like I got to judge it for myself, right? And I talk to them and they're not really that negative. They're very vocal people, they have strong beliefs and feelings, these individuals have like more knowledge than the people that are saying, oh, they're just negative. I'm like, no, this individual's kind of is, like knows what he's saying. Like, it makes sense.
So they're misunderstood.
Yes, misunderstood just because of how they, come out, being a little aggressive or very vocal or, sometimes they are a little bitter just because of like the situation that took place over the course of years, whatever, who knows, right? That's why you got to give them an opportunity to get to know them, their background and stuff like that. So, and I sit on both sides, like, hey, I got it. You don't like this individual or talking to them. I mean, I don't mind talking to them, but I'm not going to like cut you guys off because you just, are kind of a little misled or misguided, whatever the case may be, right? So I can play both fields. But if there's somebody that's like really bad and I just know that they're going to end up like just drowning or going under, then I just won't really hang out with that person or talk to that person.
Would you ever tell them to go to therapy? Because I have.
No.
I've told people that.
I would not advise anybody to go to therapy.
I have.
There was one person that worked for me and it was like, suicidal, just like,
wow.
Like
Whoa.
it was very hard for me to sit there and have this conversation with this individual and, have him here, like tell me these things. And I'm like, whoa, I'm in the kitchen trying to and so like, how do you like help somebody who has these negative thoughts and tell them like, hey, things are going to be better. Look on the brighter side of things, but I wouldn't recommend to go to therapy. I was like, hey,
you did not recommend.
Well, you was already seeing a therapist. So I was like, who are you going to recommend? I just like, hey, you just, should get some help. Like, I even gave myself as an example. I'm like, look, just so you know, I mean, you're going through a tough situation. I got my own situations, but like, if you need to speak to anybody and you don't always speak to, you can always talk to me and speak to me. Granted, I'm like your manager, but like, hey, outside of that, like you take that stuff, throw it out the window. As people, you can speak to me, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I mean, when I got off that phone call, I was just thinking to myself, holy cow, nowhere did I get any kind of training, to deal with a situation like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never told anybody to go to therapy that
I have.
hasn't already been taking therapy.
It's the way, like, well, I mean, in that case, it was a little different because he was already taking therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to be very tactful with it, though. Like, don't come off as, like, someone that you feel like, like, don't come off as someone that is better. Just, do it in the most gentle way, in the most caring way. Like, hey, maybe you do need to speak to, like, a professional. Maybe it's time.
Yeah.
You know, maybe, you know, exercise, that's going to help you, like, you know, get that dopamine going, something, you know, but give good advice. Just do it in the nicest way possible.
Yeah. What do you feel like? I feel like people that are passionate, and I speak for myself sometimes, because I'm passionate what I do at work, in a sense where, like, I'm very OCD, I guess, when it comes to, like, my job sites and how cleanliness things are, because I'm not a multitasker. I try, but I'm not really a big multitasker, because I, like, when I focus on one thing, I stay focused on it. And it gets to me because, like you said, like, when I have people that come in and they don't care, like, I feel that energy of, like, they don't care. They're just here for a check, or and they don't care. And you know, and me from a management point, it's like, all right, these are the ways that I want certain things. And it gets me because I'm a very passionate, and I think I come off sometimes off that way as a very passionate person. Like, I want this to be perfect. But I'm trying to, like, how do I'm trying to teach somebody how to do something that's presentable, because I think of quality over quantity. And I think people kind of misunderstand me in that sense of, like, oh, he's just being an a-hole. But it's like, no, I'm just passionate what I do. And I've gotten to where I'm at because of that. I don't think I've, you know, ran anybody over. I don't talk mess about anybody. Because what I tell my guys is, like, if somebody's acting out or whatever, somebody does it and you've tried to help in the nicest way, hey, could you do this a little differently? Or, you know, because you want to do that. You want to be like, give positive criticism. And they don't do it, then hey, just let them go. Because at the end of the day, their workmanship is going to reflect. And we know who's working in certain areas. And just let it be. And I always tell people, like, they're going to drown themselves. So don't help them, and don't, because then you're going to be the bad person. Or don't try to save, because you can only save so many people, you know? And, like, it's like you tell a friend or something, like, hey, you know, maybe you should do therapy. Maybe, you know, talk to me or do something. And then they continue and they don't care. And then
yeah,
I'm going to have to exit myself out of that situation, you know? And be like, wish you the best of luck. And that's it.
Yeah, after some time, you should definitely just kind of, like, be like, well, this person seems like they don't actually want to help themselves.
Yeah.
And then just kind of, like, you know,
And that goes
stay
back
away
to
from them. Yeah.
Goes back to the whole negative Nancy type thing. Like, people that was like, yeah.
They love to be victims.
Man.
But I think
people that don't like to help themselves, whether it be spiritually, physically, financially, I do not surround with those. Like, I just cannot be around those people.
I totally
can't.
agree with that. And the more people you stay positive around, it's much easier to keep the negativity out. Because if you surround yourself with 100% people that are trying to uplift you and uplift themselves, like, what negativity can you really get? So,
and you have to be okay with being misunderstood. You have to be okay with that, because they're going to look at you like you're the crazy one. Like, oh, he doesn't want to hang out with the friends or, like, the family. Like, oh, that's because they think they're too good. And you're going to be painted as, like, the bad person. And you should be okay with that.
and you know what I think it is too? I think when it comes to, like, you were saying, I'm not sure if you were saying or you were talking about the family situation. It's like, at what point do people stop asking, like, why? Like, when you could have easily said, hey, why would you say that? Or why did you say it that way? So people, like, if you feel like you're misunderstood, like, shouldn't you feel like somebody to be like, hey, you know, why did you think, well, oh, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it this way in the up, you know what I mean? And I feel like people just take for what you have and then just interpret it their own way without even if they didn't like it right then. Like, you should be able to ask, be like, oh my, I really didn't like that. Or what did you really mean by this?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You
Like,
know, and people don't,
you call it out. You call it out
Yeah.
in the moment. That's what I do.
And
like,
I think I sometimes don't do that when I should, because I may be wrong and they really didn't mean that in the ill intention, but I just took it and I just left with it. I took it as is, and
Yeah.
I make a decision off of that.
Yeah.
Which, you know, instead of, you know, trying to come and be like, figure it out.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, I think people need to do that. Communication is real key, even if it comes with friendship or in a lot of aspects in life. You know what I mean? Like,
So what are some, like, ways that you stay positive, though? Like, yes, we, you know, stay away from negative people. Like, is there something that you like to do to, like, feel good? Because I like to look at stand-up comedy. Like, watching funny videos, that always helps me out. Like, being around funny people, I love that. Goofy people. It just makes me feel like, I don't know, happy, chill.
I play volleyball Friday.
Oh, working out?
just
Yes.
volleyball. Like working out is good because I'm on that little hill
Well, that's
trend
a workout.
area.
That's a workout.
And people, I mean, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
that's an escape for people. Working
Yes.
out, go to the gym, boom, focus, put some music on, boom. That's somebody's escape. It could be artwork, you know? I think keeping yourself
Busy.
mentally or physically doing something helps. For me, it's volleyball. I went Friday and I hang out with a friend that I don't hang around a lot. And I was like sweating, but that was my cardio for the day. And that's just my happy place. And I've done that in certain places where like, or even the bowling alley. I'll take a picture of the bowling alley and like, this is my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. Because when I'm on the lane or I'm on the court, all my problems are like, I don't even think about them because I'm focused on the game itself. And
It's fun.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah. And to me, it's just whatever little worries or negativities that I have or something, just take it away for an hour or two.
Yeah.
And then when you come back to it, you may have a different mentality on how to tackle that problem or, you know, dilemma that you have in life. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. And I feel like I always invite people like, hey, come play volleyball. Even though if you don't know how to play or whatever, or you're not, just get away, you know?
Yeah.
People do vacations. People
Oh,
do
yeah.
vacations. People do all kinds of stuff. I think that's a good way. It's finding that one thing that you can escape.
Oh, it doesn't have to be one thing. It could be many things too.
Yeah.
There'd be a number of things.
Yeah.
I have just recently started enjoying like cleaning. Like
Yes.
me, like I like to jumpstart my day and the way, you know, just to kind of like cut loose from the world. Like I drink an energy drink and I turn on some music and I start cleaning the house. The house, the outside, like it just gets me going, and and then it feels very rewarding for me too, because once it's all done, I know like, oh, cool, all these things are done, it's clean, I don't have to worry about it, and I find myself enjoying that every weekend. Like that is my go-to that makes me happy, and I do it for anywhere from like 3 to 5 hours. I can just start and go and not have to worry about anything unless it's like my daughter needs something to eat or whatever, you know, just stop briefly to do that. And then I just kind of put on my music and then just keep on going.
Yes.
You ever have you get that like dopamine feeling of like when the house is completely clean and you literally sit on the couch
Yep.
and you put a show on and
Yeah.
you look around, you dim the lights down and you look around and like
Dude,
your countertops are clean and you're like, that's just
it's a great feeling.
It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I got these.
It makes you sleep better too.
I got these candles that I'll light, and then, right, just because like
You're
that,
such a
it just-
señora.
It's like it smells so good in here, and it's like clean. I get my favorite blanket, sit there, like okay, everything's clean.
Tony's a romantic.
And then it's like whatever you move, you put right back in its spot because I just cleaned the house.
Oh my goodness.
I'm the same way. I'm like, remember where you got it. 'Cause I want that back in the same spot. I'm the same way.
Man.
And it sometimes happens. Something, you know, like my kids, they're kids.
Yeah,
You know.
kids are kids, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's like my go-to. That makes me happy.
You, Claudia?
Working out, also eating healthy. Like when I feel like I'm starting to feel low, or like if I'm starting to get moody, I'm like, ooh, like I need my vitamins.
Yeah.
So I juice a lot.
Juice?
Yeah.
Juice?
Juicing helps.
You have a juicer?
I do have a juicer.
Nice.
I've always had like at least two juicers.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to talk to you after about it because I've been trying to get one, but a lot of the reviews I get are like just really
Just
loud.
get a
and-
juicer. Just
Just
get
get
a
one.
juicer.
Just
Just get a juicer.
Chris, I think you overthink a lot of the
Yeah,
situations.
you don't
That's
have to
just-
get the
that's
best
just how
of
you are.
anything.
Yeah.
I know that. So
you don't have to get the best of anything. Just get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna help you.
say just Amazon it, top 5 juicers, and then you just
click the budget
boom.
and then go.
done.
Yeah.
Done. Get
Yeah.
it.
I wish I could think more like this guy.
That's it.
That's
Just do
another
it.
thing. Now
Because I hate to mess up and grab something like, oh, I gotta
No,
return it.
man.
But why would you return it though? Like if
Well,
if it works, you know, you shouldn't
Yeah.
have to return it
True.
because the whole point is just to get the juice.
So
You
Yeah.
know, that's it. You don't have to get like the latest anything. Like you know, it's okay.
And then my other thing is here being with y'all guys. That's like that's my happy
Oh.
place.
I'm not gonna lie.
My happy place.
I actually look forward to coming because I feel like you guys are my friends. Well, you are my friends. I don't feel it. I just
I was
know
hoping.
it.
I'm like,
it's
damn.
like you guys are like, I'm like, dude, we've only been hanging out for like so long. Like,
in my head, I was like, Claudia,
messed up.
X, off my friend list. No,
You guys are kind of like my friends. No, I'm just kidding.
Jeez.
No, I
Oh my
really
God.
do feel like you can't really be around. Well, and then it's not that you can't. It's just hard to find people like you guys. You know, people that you can actually work with and actually enjoy being with.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Because you get that thing where people talking about like, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
It's not work.
It's not work.
It's not work.
You know?
And I feel like that's why we've been like pushing and pushing, even with like all the things that have happened, like, you know, in our personal lives and like the changes or whatever. I feel like we're still constantly trying to push and we're pushing and we help each other out. Even though sometimes we may not agree on certain stuff, like it's fine. Like we learn from each other too.
Yeah. So, I mean, guys, you know, please stay positive, you know, no matter what the situation is, just stay upbeat.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with stepping away and doing something you enjoy and you love. Laughter is a good way of doing things. Talk to somebody, anything and everything. But I appreciate these two every time. I enjoy this all the time. But guys, you have any comments, any suggestions on maybe other ways of, you know, keeping negative people out of your way or, you know, bringing more positivity?
Stay upbeat.
Write it down, please. You know, and we would love to hear more. Please subscribe, click, like, and thank you guys. And we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Bye,
Laters.
guys.
Bye.
Hold up.